I'm with Mr. Prasad, and he's most senior in this industry, in fashion industry. Mr. Prasad, आप बताएंगे where you start from beginning, education and all these things, where you got the education, how you enter in this fashion industry?
Oh, Tripathi ji, it's a very long story. So I went to NID and there became exposed to very beautiful indigenous textiles by people like Popul Jaikar, Kamla Devi Chattopadhyay, Martan Singh. So I learned from the very best of people. And through textiles has become a big passion for me. And indigenous textiles I love, but now India has become such a big center for these kind of, man-made textiles and for power looms. And so I think that we in many ways can dominate the world markets with what we do. And looking at the TFI exhibition today, I'm so impressed. What a wide variety of fabrics, what beautiful finishes, what about the specialty fabrics? It's just incredible. Sometimes we feel we don't know what all India has. So this fair has really brought it to attention and I'm very happy to be here.
Which year you entered in the fashion industry?
I've been working in fashion for almost 50 years, Tripathi ji. So it's been from college days I started. So I studied in St. Joseph's College and again at NID, we were doing fashion shows and things like that.
Which year you started in?
This must have been, I think I did my first fashion show in college when I must have been about 17 years old.
That year?
At St. Joseph's. It's, oh gosh.
90s?
I'll have to calculate. 80s. It was in the 80s.
Yeah. You started career in 80s?
Yeah.
As a fashion designer.
Yeah.
How it's come in mind that those days fashion, everyone going to be engineer or doctor? How you enter in the fashion industry?
Doing textile design at NID because in those days there was no fashion design course. Fashion design started only when lift came to India, and that also was in the late 80s. So it was very difficult for us because I sort of studied textile design, but I studied graphic design also. So I found that very interesting. So I wanted to become like a print designer or something like that. But in the end, I wound up being a promoter of fashion. So today I work with all the big designers in India and we handle fashion shows, fashion events, pop-ups all over the country. Even with Mr. Krishnamurthy of TFI, I've been working for many years with him. We put together a student designer contest, which was won by Ruma Devi of Barmer. And she went on to becoming a national figure. She appeared in Kaun Banega Crorepati with Amitabh Ji after that. Then she was on the cover of India Today. So I must say that TFI has been a very good launching pad also for a lot of young designers. And it's wonderful to see so many trims and fabrics and varieties come together because young Indian designers need to know where is it coming from. Like look at that kind of thing.
You can't imagine this weaving or knitting or you can't imagine it.
Watch it how it's done. It's so well
knitted
done. So well done. And so smart also. So there's so many things that are happening. This is Kajal. There's new techs over here. Also doing man-made fabrics that are very high-tech. Here are some very beautiful digital prints from Epson. They're the top digital printing going on. But now I'm only hoping that nobody takes India's bandhani and things like that and do digital. They should not do digital with that. So that is a bit of a challenge really.
So those days, the technology were not there. So how you are managing the design and all this to make the design and cut
everything
the cloth?
By hand.
How
everything was
those
done by hand.
It was very tedious.
Very tedious. Especially the research part was even more tedious. Aajkal ke ladke, they can just press the button of the phone and they can get 2 years worth of research. We had to look at 10 different books in the library. We had to do so much of study to get everything together. But what is happening in India is very, very exciting. Like look at all these kind of industrial textiles happening. This is also something very different, very sort of incredible. And I feel that India can become, I think in many ways, it will be in a few years, one of the leading producers of specialty textiles.
Nowadays, India is the first or second largest for the yarn manufacture. We are biggest yarn manufacturer. All the machine. I met the European Association president in ITMA, Singapore, and he is telling we are exporting 80% of machinery to India because we don't have expectation from China. We don't sell machine China. Vietnam and Cambodia and Bangladesh, they don't have power of purchasing power. So we are selling 70% machine to India. That is biggest. Sir, the people are looking for the Indian market.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
What do you think about the Indian domestic market?
I think the domestic market is very strong, and the market, the consumers are wanting better quality, better pricing, and it's all coming together because we will become one of the largest markets in the world, ultimately. It's not yet happening, but I think that India's growth in the last 75 years has been spectacular. It's really been fantastic. So I can see that in the next 25 years, we'll go double, and I'm sure that we will lead world markets one day. Where China is today, India can be tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that also.
What will be major challenges in future for the Indian market?
I think these tariffs are the major challenge right now. But I'm sure that will die down because Mr. Modi is doing a good job of handling it and talking to Trump and talking to his European counterparts. And, it balances. We win some, we lose some. But in the long run, I think India, with good quality control and a very disciplined approach to deadlines, can really achieve a lot, can really do a lot. So,
sir, after reduction of tariff, USA as well as our government had done the joint venture or free trade agreement with the European Union. What you think about this particularly?
I think it's fantastic, Tripathi ji, but you have to remember that it's going to take 1 year to come into effect. अभी एक पूरा साल
बचा हुआ है.
And that January of 27 is when you're going to see the tariffs come into play. So एक साल के लिए बचना पड़ेगा ना सब लोग. Everyone has to survive the markets and make sure that they do well, which I'm sure they will because America also slowly relaxing tariffs. So I think it is a funny way it is creating the new world order and it is showing India what our place in the world order will be. And if I can see the hard work that goes on with people, the amount of, Indian ingenuity at play, I feel that India can be a major player in the market. Really can be.
What will be future challenges for us?
I think in India, for me at this point in time, I think quality control is the biggest challenge because we are competing against nations which have perfected to 100% level quality, while we might still be at about 85% in my opinion. So I'm hoping that ultimately India will just become one of those most trusted nations when it comes to the delivery aspect of finish, pricing, range, and I'm sure we'll do very well with it. I believe Indians are very ingenious and I believe that Indians will one day really top the world order.
Is there our share, will be market share of export will be more in coming years?
Well, it depends on how we play the game because you see, also you have to remember that the government has to promote not only machine-made textiles but also indigenously hand-woven textiles. Because आज आप देखेंगे तो fully 20 to 22% of India's labor is involved in handicraft, hand looming, carving, stone carving, all these things. And these are also businesses that have the great potential for export. Now you're looking at handmade fabrics being fantastic in the home decor section. So it depends on how we also pitch, how we create the brands that are required for international exposure. And we will do it. That is 100%. I know India will do it.
As well, Indian purchasing power के बारे में आप क्या सोचते हैं इन फ्यूचर में इंडिया के जो लोकल पर्चेसिंग पावर
ये तो बढ़ती जा रही है. Indian purchasing power is going through the roof. Today there is disposable income. हमारे ज़माने में क्या था? We were a poor country. We all grew up poor in middle class. If I wanted a new shirt, I had to wait 6 months to get the new shirt. आजकल
बहुत है.
My children, they're on the phone. Mitra delivers within 5 minutes, literally, So the world has changed, India has changed, and I feel for the better, We have also become a consumerist society. We are also, consuming a lot and making sure that, India is giving a product that is something very special, Like look at this product, for example. Before it all had to be imported. Now it's all made in India itself, right? How many years have you all been manufacturing for?
For past 10 years.
10 years. And your dad started this?
Yes, it's my inception only.
A family. Oh, you started it.
We were into this business, but we were also in trading. Trading, that is my father was doing that. And the manufacturing I have started by myself.
I see.
They are from Ludhiana.
Ludhiana too.
And they are, I think, Ludhiana leading manufacturer in narrow fabric.
This is the story of India, Tripathi.
Initially, all the accessories that the narrow fabrics come from Surat, Gujarat and Ahmedabad. Now in India is the largest manufacturer in narrow fabric. I have experience, I have database. So India has second largest manufacturer in narrow fabric. If you go for the Bangladesh, they have manufacturing, but they don't have too much manufacturing. India and Vietnam, if you go for the Vietnam, I visited. Vietnam is the only sourcing. They are using the local labor. They don't have any regular local investment. They are maximum Vietnamese. All the investment comes via Hong Kong to Chinese investment in Vietnam.
And they had something like in Vietnam, there are 2 or 3 major players and they are Indian only, like Spiker last year.
I see.
Remco They're from India only and they have setups there also.
90s they were leading in the narrow fabric industry. And
those are Indians only.
Indian money. And nowadays, India is the second largest manufacturer of narrow fabric. And creation is going to be big. If I'm based in Ludhiana from 2001 onwards, now Ludhiana has tremendous change in the fabric industry.
And in the knitwear also, it's also
so much changes.
In fact, I want to come to Ludhiana and do a knitwear project to create some new products.
Ludhiana is giving competition to the China.
Yes, in fabrics, we are doing very good. Like now, you have seen the concept of fake cotton with some. That my friend over there is from Ludhiana only. He's doing like, but the issue is out of the yarn source. And because yarn, we have to be dependent on China. But otherwise, in knitting, we are doing very good.
Okay, thank you.
All the best to you.
Thank you so much.
See you again soon.
Then, sir, what do you think about in India has a lot of value-added garment. If you are in the fashion industry, value-added garment only India and China. After China, India is. What do you think about the value-added garment?
Well, I think that is the future of couture because, anyone paying a lot of money for a garment, they want value added. Nobody is going to come and buy a simple cotton shirt and then pay you 10,000 rupees for it. They want value for it. That's why companies like a Burberry or a Chanel or a Versace or an Armani are doing value addition to such an extent that you feel that you're getting your money's worth. And I think that today's consumer also has become much more clever. We also want more bang for our buck, So it's very important that India also offers this value addition in everything it does. So.
And what about your fashion industry?
Well, the fashion industry has not had a very good budget this year. There could have been a lot more support, I feel, for the fashion industry. But let's see how it goes. We really have to evaluate and see whether we can sustain and get through this next season coming up.
90s and 2000, so many boys and girls, they are ready to come in the fashion industry, fashion designer. How the trend is going on and what is the future?
It's going very well because in fact NIFT has become the premier institute and now NIFT has 18 institutes all over the country and we are producing designers almost at the rate of 1,000 very good ones every year. And the NIFT graduates are the very first ones to be picked up by the industry, followed by Pearl, followed by the other institutes that come in. But I think at the end of the day, for a country of 1.4 billion people, we could definitely have 1.4 million designers at least. And that is the figure that we should get to, especially with all these beautiful fabrics all happening. Nitesh from Mumbai. Or you're doing embroidery? Very beautiful. Looks very nice. In our days, it's called Hakoba. Do you remember?
Okay, yeah,
Hakoba?
I know. I had interviewed Rajkumar Sekhani, the chairman of the Pioneer industry. I had interviewed.
See, look at the finish, how beautiful it is. It's very nice.
Pioneer.
Very good weights also. Excellent.
Even in trimming, we had improved a lot. Maximum people, they are in embroidery and all this. Maximum embroidery machine is in Surat.
Oh yes, we do a lot of work out of Surat also. We used to work with a company called Surat Dreams, who used to bring
the exhibition as well.
a lot of manufacturers of ready-made garments based out of Surat and the rest of North, West and East India. And they used to go on a national tour. In fact, right now I think they're having something in Delhi also. So you see, India also is like a very large country like in Europe. If we were like Europe, then every state would be a different country. So we need many capitals, we need many centers for fashion, and this we have to achieve. We'll go that way. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Laukia. They're all the fine fabrics that are coming out of India now. It's all designer fabrics basically, can be used by the design industry. Have you all got any good clients, designer clients?
Yeah, we have got some boutiques around. Very interested. We are looking for more corporates here.
They all will do well because people come here to visit. So, all the best to you.
We'll wrap up.
So, we are done?
Sir, last not least, thank you.
Thank you,
can say the
Tripathi
guru
ji.
of the fashion designers.
Thank you.
That's
thank
the right
you.
word?
Very sweet of you.
That's
Very sweet
guru.
of you. No,
Thank
they're
you.
much
I'm
more
talking with
senior
the
people.
guru of the fashion
Thank you,
designers.
thank
So
you.
many people. Thank you, sir. Namaste.
Namaste.